We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't here for my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm
difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life? But sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did that.
To apologize. It's too late.
When I did it, I was fucked up.
It's too late to apologize.
I was fucked up.
It's too late.
When I did it, I was fucked up. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom.
Oh, bon Dieu. You alright, mama?
Trying to handle some business. I need a little couple words so that I don't get overheated.
You trying to get some business?
I'm trying to take care of some business. I don't want to get overheated out here doing what I got to do. Can I have a cup of water?
Oh, I got you, baby. Go get you a cup of water.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, boy,
I don't know what I'm worth, but I'll just try to.
Yo, that's hand sanitizer.
So I know Trump is innocent. I support Trump against this corrupt, two-tiered justice system. That's why I'm here to show my support as a black man for Trump. And I'm wearing my shirt, Niggas for Trump 2024, and I mean that. So I know Trump is innocent. I support Trump against this corrupt.
You cannot make this stuff up. Okay? Please pay attention. It's all in fairness. It is all nefarious. Did he say what now? And then he's talking about a two-tier justice system where he's the one that's on the bottom, not Trump. Trump is a rich, privileged Caucasian man. I guess 50 Cent knew what he was talking about after all when he said some of these black men relate to Trump because of RICO charges. Pay attention. I absolutely cannot. And that shirt. I, for one, am appalled. Okay, please pay attention. But now, the clip. Now, G from Milan said, you be having the best intro on YouTube. Thank you, beloved. Now, listen, Jamal said, folks are crazy as hell. Okay, are they not? But listen, how about the clip with the lady walking in the store asking for the water? And then the big woman was sitting there looking at her like she was crazy, but they had on the same uniform. Oh, please pay attention. They literally had on the same uniform, but she's looking at that lady like she's crazy. And then did you hear in the background talk about, wow. As if she looked any better. This is all nefarious, and I cannot. I absolutely cannot. All right? Anyway, I almost forgot why I'm here. After watching this foolishness in the intro. Okay, Claudia said, I can't either. Mr. Elevation said, Trump, Diddy, Trump remix. You know what? That's a good idea. I'm on it, okay? I'll have it by tomorrow. Okay, so now with that all been said, Juju said the queen is queening. Thank you, beloved. Listen, everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. And by the way, in case you didn't know, yes, this is your daily vitamins. All right. So thanks everyone for tuning in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV, the TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamin. So let's get ready to get into it. Danielle said, too many idiots out here, Queen. Not out here. Absolutely. Okay, so with that all being said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. All right? Laverne said, Queen is so entertaining. Thank you, beloved. All right, so now let's get into it, honey, because they are going in on Shannon Sharpe. I don't know what's going down, but Shannon, I can't save you on this one, honey. I'm about to go in on you too. Please pay attention, all right? So here's what Shannon posted. This is what someone posted, and they included some of Shannon's previous posts. At Shannon Sharpe on Sha'Carri Richardson not making the Olympic team. Now, this is what he said. She could have competed. She didn't qualify to compete. Stop the bull jive antics. Train hard. Sports aren't sympathetic. You do or you don't. And then they post Shannon Sharpe on Caitlin Clark not making the Olympic team. Name a more popular woman basketball player now than Caitlin Clark. So two different things that he had to say about both of them. And I find it interesting because, you see, like I said, Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith, you know, defending Caitlin Clark and alleging that she's been bullied and all of that. She's not getting anything done to her differently than anyone else. Okay? Not anything that's been done differently to anyone else. And I find it interesting, as I told you last week, that I didn't hear either of them trying to come to the defense of Angel Reese. Okay? When people have hated on her and quite frankly been racist, in my opinion. But so they had this conversation. So I'm going to go to it now. Due to copyright claims, I'm going to put up an overlay and I'll play some elevator music, if you will, in the background. Okay, so you all can listen to this. Now, this is almost a 10-minute clip. So listen to this. And while you're listening to this, I have to go find another receipt, honey, because it has just come to the Queen's attention that, say what now? It says, Arizona man arrested after planning to incite a race war by conducting a mass shooting at the Atlanta rap concert. Say what? That's what it says. We're looking for help and was looking for help and undercover agents. So it looks like he was possibly having car trouble or something, but he came to delete African Americans in Atlanta. I want you all to pay attention. And this is all very interesting to the Queen because I was just thinking about something like this on yesterday. So I find this all nefarious is all I'm saying. I was just thinking that someone's going to do something crazy here in Atlanta. And I was thinking about how we really don't have a lot of crazy stuff going on every now and again. The last crazy thing we had as far as a mass shooting was when that guy shot up those Asian salons. Okay, those massage parlors, if you will. So with that all being said, I got to get my receipts on this so you all entertain yourselves and watch this foolishness with Stephen A. Smith trying to cape for Caitlin Clark and Shannon joins in the melee. Real quick. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. We're about to get it popping on this live, honey. I love how they post breaking news. This literally came out about 2 or 3 hours ago. Okay, so we're going to get into it. Let me put up my overlay on the screen and start the music.
And I'm going to say something to you that I have said on many, many occasions. It's not that you're wrong. It's that we don't care. Everything y'all said does not matter for this particular instance. We don't want to hear anything about Team USA. We know they won 7 straight goals. Put Andrea and Shanae up on this screen. I want to look at them this whole segment when I'm talking to them. You just highlighted 7 straight gold medals. Oh my God. We're really worried that they're not going to get an 8th. Oh, we really worried. I mean, we got to make sure that spots 1 through 12, every single such spot that is picked. I mean, it's got to be, because it's pivotal, Shannon. I don't know if you noticed, Shannon, it's pivotal. I mean, they won 7 straight. They might not get 8. They might not get 8. Stop it. You know good and damn well, with or without Caitlin Clark, they going to probably win the gold again. That's not what this conversation is about. This is about what I will personally label the idiocy of Team USA women's basketball. How dare you make this decision? It's stupid. And I'm going to tell you why it's stupid. I want all the ladies on this squad to know every single one of y'all are deserving of it. Caitlin Clark does not deserve a spot ahead of any of the players on this roster. Okay? If we're talking just basketball, you know we're not. You know we're not. Let's harken back to the Dream Team in 1992. Remember when Christian Laettner was on that squad? Forget the other pro play. Forget the pro players. Forget the pro players. That's a given. First time NBA players were allowed to participate. Don't put that damn screen up when I'm talking right now. I want to see Shanae and Andrea, okay? The point is this. Those rosters, right? Those players were on there. Do you know that Christian Laettner also was chosen ahead of Shaquille O'Neal and Alonzo Mourning? You know why? He was a 2-time national champion. He was a Wooden Award winner. And he was white. And he had his own cachet. He brought it to the table. He was a big-time collegiate player who was white and busting people's you-know-what. They couldn't miss. And they didn't need him. You had Jordan, you had Magic, you had everybody, and you still picked that dude. Why? It wasn't because of basketball, even though he had the basketball credentials. It was because of something else. And they didn't need DePaul. But the WNBA does. You got a max salary at $250,000. You had attendance, although it was trending in the right direction, certainly wasn't where you wanted it to be. And as Shannon pointed out just the other day, you got a team in the Indiana Fever with their struggling selves, struggling to win a damn game and be relevant. No team in the WNBA was worse other than the winless Washington Mystics, okay? And they went from 4,000 in attendance to 17,000. This girl is box office. I said a rising tide lifts all boats. What you do, especially if you're Team USA and you're trying to be globalized, it is an opportunity to globalize the WNBA brand. So people like Brittany Griner, you know, God bless her soul, and others don't have to go to Russia in the off season to play additional basketball to get extra income. They could stay right here if the sport elevates its popularity and you ladies start getting what you richly deserve. I'll even get a bit personal to Chinea Gumake and Andrea Carter. I recognize the fact that y'all are outstanding basketball analysts. You know how I feel about both of y'all. I told you privately. I've told the world publicly. I think y'all are a tag team for the ages. I think y'all are spectacular. But as spectacular as you are about talking the game of basketball, is that why you think I call for you to be on First Take? It ain't just because of your expertise. It's because you're great television. You matter. You draw an audience. This man, I don't even call Shannon anymore unless I'm teasing him about the Saturday Night Live skit. It's the truth, Shannon. That's the only time I call him Shannon. You know what I call him now? I call him Shay or Shay. Why? Because damn it, that brand is growing. You understand what this man has done to help lift First Take? I ain't apologizing. You make decisions, marketing. I want people watching. I want eyeballs. I want advertising dollars. Why? Because he'll get paid. Y'all will get paid. And guess who else will get paid? You see where I'm coming from? That's what it's about. Stop acting otherwise. We know this. You don't sit up there and pass on Caitlin Clark. It was stupid, Team USA. It was a dumb decision. Everybody, there's always somebody that's a sacrificial lamb. I respect the hell out of Rebecca Lobo and what she broke down. I understand it. It was a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA brand. How can you be that idiot? I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about Team USA. How could you be that idiotic and not make that call when throughout history, Team USA has been in part about marketing? It's dumb. Period. Floor is y'all's.
If it's a dumb marketing move, Stephen A., I hear you.
Marketing.
But Team USA is not worried about the marketing. That is not Team USA's mission right now. Team USA is trying to get a gold medal. They're trying to get a gold medal. I understand what y'all are saying. And Shannon, you want to mention, I'm not going back to 1996. That is so long ago. I was 3 years old. I'm not going back to that year. That's too far away. If you go back to 2016, Breanna Stewart being a rookie on that Olympic team, the coach was Gino Auriemma. There was an anchor there for Breanna Stewart to thrive in that situation. There were 4 other Connecticut Huskies on that team to anchor Breanna Stewart in that situation. Like, it's a completely different scenario than 2016 with Breanna Stewart. Breanna Stewart won 4 championships. We're talking basketball. I understand the marketing aspect, but from a basketball perspective, there's no merit for having her on the team. From a basketball perspective.
Andrea, 2 points, and then I'll hand it to Shannon real quick. 2 points, Shannon. Hold on a second. Number one, Andrea, your point would be more valid if you didn't have a multitude of examples that we could point to where non-basketball decisions were made about a basketball roster. We have evidence that shows that has happened in the past, number one. And number two, because I absolutely adore seeing you on television. I really, really do. So allow me to give you some words of advice. Andrea, I strongly suggest you rethink such positions, especially when it comes to you, because marketing matters. It's how you get paid. If you don't know that, you better hear me and hear me good. I am telling you right now, you are going to be underpaid for the rest of what I believe will be an illustrious career, unless you get your mind right about that marketing. It matters. It matters. Janae, you know I'm right.
I hear you.
You know I'm right.
I hear you, Stephen A., but I will not sacrifice my basketball knowledge and my integrity in terms of the game for marketing. My marketing is doing just fine. And if it has to grow a little bit slower to hold on.
Team USA has. We've had ample
basketball
perspective in the past. Yes. Excuse me. I just
and maybe they're not trying to do it this year.
Stephen, can I
understand that.
Andrea, USA has won 7 straight gold medals. How much have they grown the game? Look at what this girl has done. I asked you earlier, I want you to tell me the WNBA player that's been more popular than Caitlin Clark. Just give me one that has been able to average 17,000 even though they're on a crappy team. Give me one if you're trying to go to game.
Andrea, do me a favor. Finish that initial thought that you were saying about sacrificing your integrity, because that was an important point for marketing.
It's just not something I'm willing to do. And right now, it doesn't seem like something Team USA is willing to do. It just doesn't. And whether you think that's a smart decision or whether you think that's not a smart decision, I also just want you all to think about this. Everything you all are saying is from speculation of how Caitlin will play on the floor. If we were just speculating and you just want her with the team? You just want her walking around with the team on the sideline?
I tell you what, I guarantee you, if I come out with a replica Olympic jersey with Caitlin Clark, she'll outsell the top 5 combined.
Okay, so it sounds like Stephen and Shannon are standing 10 toes down. Please pay attention. Let me stop the music. Sounds like they're standing 10 toes down on their defending of Caitlin Clark. All right. Criticizing anyone who dared to go against her, saying that she's been bullied and all of that. I just find it very interesting. Sounds like they're, just babying this woman. Or that they feel like she's supposed to get some sort of preferential treatment. All right. I find it interesting. What do you all think? Okay. POP says, Shannon, sit down with your new purses. Okay, Wendy City said it's not about selling, it's about bringing home the gold. Exactly. Okay, who cares about marketing if the team loses? Dorada said Stephen A. wouldn't dare cut off a clear woman. Okay? This is all nefarious as far as I'm concerned. I mean, all hell now said her stats are trash. She's just not all that. Okay, like they just try to make her out to be. Okay, I get it. They're her fans, but at the end of the day, just stop doing all of that because they're doing too much. Brandster TV said Angela Reese has been bullied. Yes, she has, in my opinion, and there's been racist things said and done to her. Okay? They have done and said racist things about her, and I didn't see either of those two, okay, Shannon or Stephen A. Smith, defending her. Okay? Stacey said they sound like raccoons. I mean, definitely, and sound like they're just pandering, to a certain group of people. That's what they're doing. It's just so annoying at this point, honey. But, let them do what they do. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about this breaking news, honey, because this is all crazy. All right, Prescott man accused of selling weapons to be used in mass shooting plan. And this was supposed to go down right here in Atlanta, honey. I absolutely cannot. So let's talk about it. Because he got busted, and thank God for that, not a moment too soon. Okay. Arizona man facing federal charges for planning a mass shooting in Atlanta wanted to start a race war. Here's the thing. If you want to start a race war, honey, don't come down here trying to start it here. And you know why he came to Atlanta, right? I'm sure. Because it's a whole lot of people who look like me right here. Disproportionately. Okay? Also interesting. So anyway, let's talk about it. He had an arsenal of weapons, it looks like, too, from what they're showing. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, so here's what they're saying. An Arizona man was arrested in May for planning a mass shooting in Atlanta targeting African Americans, okay, in the city to incite a race war. Now, Mark Adams Prieto is accused of selling rifles to people to provide weapons to begin a race war ahead of the 2024 presidential election, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. He was indicted Tuesday by a federal grand jury following a months-long investigation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and after his arrest in mid-May. Now, did you all hear about this in mid-May? Because I didn't hear anything about this not living in Atlanta. Once in the chat, have you heard about this in the middle of May? Did anyone hear about this? Because I sure didn't. This is all news to me. Where have I been? No one heard anything about this? Let me continue. And it only took them a month to do the investigation. But goes on to say, the affidavit says the source told FBI agents that they'd spoken to Prieto at various gun shows over 3 years, eventually including political conversation. So during the past year, Prieto's comments became suspicious and alarming, according to the affidavit, including advocating for a mass shooting and specifically targeting blacks, youths, and Muslims. Now, the FBI source, told FBI agents that Prieto believes that martial law will be implemented shortly after the 2024 election and that a mass shooting would occur prior to the implementation of martial law. And he asked the source in late 2023 if they were ready to kill a bunch of people. This is all crazy. This is all crazy, honey, and clearly nefarious. Now, the FBI said in the affidavit that this showed Prieto's desire to recruit people to help him carry out the attack. The investigation by federal agents found that Prieto worked as a gun show vendor in Prescott, Arizona, where he sold numerous firearms from his personal collection. Now, the source told the FBI that Prieto also likes to conduct trades like to conduct trades off book through cash or trade to avoid possible issues or interactions with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. At the end of 2023, agents contacted the person running the Arizona-based crossroads of the West Gun Shows, where Prieto was a vendor, who confirmed his status there, matching a description given to agents by their confidential source. Now, the FBI put Prieto under surveillance from January to March. At a gun show in mid-January, undercover agents met with Prieto and their confidential source. So while Prieto only made small talk with the source and undercover agents on the first day of the gun show, the next day Prieto spoke about his plans for an attack, according to the affidavit. Prieto divulged his plan to commit crimes of violence against African Americans in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, specifically, Prieto told the source and undercover agents that he wanted their help to carry out a mass shooting at a yet-to-be-determined rap concert in the city. According to court documents, that was when Prieto also explained why he wanted to carry out the proposed attack in Atlanta, saying that the reason I say Atlanta, why is Georgia such an effed up state now? When I was a kid, that was one of the most conservative states in the country. Why is it not now? Because as the crime got worse in LA, St. Louis, and all these other cities, all the effing, you know who, when he's talking about us, moved out of those places. Oh no, so he's talking about the white folks, the conservatives moved out of those places. And then, no, he is talking about us. All the effing, if they don't say what he says, it just says expletives. So I'm just trying to fill in the blank. So he clearly had to send all the effing ninjas, okay, moved out of those places and moved to Atlanta. That's why it isn't so great anymore. And they've been there for a couple or several years. He also said that he wanted to perform the proposed attack at a rap concert because there would be a high concentration of African Americans at the events. Part of the plan included leaving Confederate flags to send a message that we're going to fight back now and every whitey will be the enemy across the whole country. Now, this is all in the affidavit. Prieto also told the confidential source and undercover agents that he would show no mercy, no quarter, telling them that they could not have any feeling. They're not people. They're monsters as far as I'm concerned. Isn't that the irony of it, though? Like he's sitting there saying that we're monsters while he's sitting there planning a whole attack to take people out that he doesn't even know and who done nothing to him clearly. I'm sorry, say what? But let me continue. Talk about the Iceman inheritance. It goes on to say, while under surveillance in February, the FBI saw Prieto go to a gun show in Phoenix, Arizona. While there, he was seen going into the gun show with 2 rifles and walking to the confidential source's vendor booth. When he got to the booth, he immediately asked if the source and the undercover agent were still willing to participate in the attack. On multiple occasions, the affidavit notes that Prieto made it clear the attack was racially motivated and that he wanted it to be explicitly not a gang-related thing, saying he planned to shout out KKK all the way. So he wanted people to know that this isn't no gang violence. Because, you know, they like to lie and say it's gang violence. And just so you all know, we do have a problem with gangs. Yes, we do, with the inner cities and all of that. But it has long been rumored and said, and I absolutely believe, specifically in Chicago, that a lot of those drive-bys and shootings and things that have occurred, they blamed on gang-related activity, has actually been racist people who have in fact worn Derrick suits. Okay, for those of you who don't know what the Derrick suits are, Google it, and said they are the ones that have been doing those things. And in some cases, they've even alleged that the police have been involved. And I've told you all myself how I talked to someone a few years ago, around 2018 or 19, when I was still, on Facebook, basically, and they told me that there were lots of guns found in crates in certain areas in Chicago, which is disproportionately filled with people who look like me. All sorts of exotic guns that you don't just find in any stores, okay, just in any gun shop or whatever. And then also there's the time that it was reported that there was a rocket launcher found in a Chicago neighborhood, and someone turned it in, thank God. Because why do the police even need rocket launchers, and how did they drop it off of an SUV conveniently in a black neighborhood? I just want you all to pay attention. So anyway, he said he wanted to let them know that it was not gang related. He was going to shout out KKK all the way there, among other slogans, and emphasizing that having a high body count of victims was the most important part of his plan. Now, please marinate on this for a minute, because here's the thing. The FBI knew about this and had this man under surveillance, but isn't it a shame how they made up this fictitious identity known as Black Identity Extremist, something that totally doesn't exist, BIE, and then they arrested a black man who was simply training black people how to use weapons for self-defense, not to plan things like this. And they held him in prison for 6 months without even any charges. Eventually had to let him go because they couldn't even dig up charges. Do you all remember that? Do you all remember that? Rakeem Alogabush, I can't remember his last name, but you all know who I'm talking about. So anyway, Rakeem Abolagoon, I think that may have been his last name. Now, goes on to say, that in February, he sold a firearm to the undercover agent for $2,000. Later in March, undercover agent spoke to Prieto at his vendor table at a gun show, where he told them he still planned to commit the attack in Atlanta, saying that if they waited until after the presidential election, they might have everything in place, and saying you can't even drive, you'll be stopped. Because he felt like martial law was going to be declared after the election. So he wanted to do it before then, because he felt like this is the opportunity. We'll be able to get as many of them as we can. I want y'all to pay attention. This was carefully thought out and planned. Now, he later told the undercover agents that the targeted event would likely be a rap concert scheduled for State Farm Arena in Midtown Atlanta for May the 14th and May the 15th. Later plans involved pushing the attack to sometime in June, according to the United States Justice Department. I'm telling you, it is some wicked, low-down, hateful, nefarious, low-down, dirty people that really hate people who look like me, okay? Just for no reason, because we've not done anything to these clowns. But let me continue. While traveling to Florida to visit his mother, according to the United States Department of Justice, they said officers stopped Prieto on Interstate 40 in mid-May. Prieto was stopped by law enforcement driving east from Arizona through New Mexico along Interstate 40. Prieto was in possession of 7 firearms and was taken into federal custody. Law enforcement then executed a search warrant on his home in Prescott. Now, law enforcement found more firearms in his residence, including an unregistered short-barreled rifle, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. This is what they said in a statement. Now indicted, Prieto faces charges from firearms trafficking, transfer of a firearm for the use in a hate crime, and possession of an unregistered firearm. Justice officials said each conviction for trafficking firearms and transfer of firearms for a hate crime carries a maximum penalty of 15 years in prison, a fine of $250,000 or both. A conviction for possession of unregistered firearms carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison, a fine of $250,000 or both. Separately, each charge should or could result in a maximum of 15 years in federal prison. Being convicted of possessing an unregistered firearm carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. A trial date for Prieto has not yet been set. This is all so nefarious. What do you all have to say about this? What do you all have to say about this? It's all so disgusting. Okay? I mean, it really is. At the end of the day, I just want you all to pay attention. Hold on, beloveds. So anyway, this is all real crazy, in my opinion. All I can say is thank God that he was caught. Can you imagine? This is just like that incident that happened in Buffalo, New York. Okay? Just like that incident that happened in New York. Andrea said, people like him are the real monsters. Alexa, please play Low Down by Boys Skaggs. Exactly. I mean, he's sitting there talking about we're the monsters, but look who's planning such a heinous attack. Something so egregious. Okay? He doesn't know that he's the monster that he's talking about. He's the monster of which he speaks. I mean, this is all crazy to me, honey. The pot can't talk about the kettle. That yesterday, I was thinking the same thing, Queen. Okay, absolutely. I mean, the unmitigated go. That's all I'm saying. But hold on, honey, because there's more where that came from as it pertains to racism. And people don't like people who look like me just for looking like me. Okay? So there was a DoorDash deliverer who found it necessary to call the person whose order he was taking and dropping off the N-word. Here is your food, jigger. DoorDash driver fired after doorbell cam video shows him spewing racial slur while delivering black woman's order. Surveillance footage of a home doorbell camera in Nashville has gone viral, showing a white DoorDash delivery driver brazenly using the N-word, but was out of earshot of the customer while placing the order on the front porch. Okay, so I'm going to go to the video. This is all ridiculous. 2024, and this is what's going down. I want you all to pay attention. I'm going to pull up the video. Lights up. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. I mean, he looks like a whole racist as far as I'm concerned. Now, some of you all say, well, what does a racist look like? Well, they can look like anything or anyone, but specifically, those real racists who put the H when they say white, they say quiet. I'm white. When they say it like that, they have a different type of look, in my opinion. And he clearly does. You see, they have these specific haircuts. The men do. They always have these specific haircuts. That's just the fact that I've noticed amongst the years of seeing these people. Please pay attention. Okay, that's him. Now, the word, of course, is bleeped out.
Here's your food.
Y'all heard him. He said, here's your food, ninja. That's what he said. But so let me go back to the article because they go on to say, and here's an enlarged picture of him on the Ring doorbell cam. I guess you can't see that too much better. But nonetheless, here's what they say. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Says, he says, here is your food, jigger. The unidentified man says loudly after setting the food down just outside the front door and rummaging through the contents of the bag before backing away and snapping a photo with his cell phone to confirm the delivery. As the man walks off, he can be heard saying, chow down, jigger. Now, the jaw-dropping video clip was shared to TikTok late last week by a user who goes by @Christina the Demo on the platform. They say, did he not see my Ring camera? This is what the woman says. The woman exclaims in the caption with a 15-second video, didn't he see my ring cam? Which also called out the online delivery giant, saying, why the hell is this man employed by you? Fire him immediately. Hello? Now, the company responded to the customer and confirmed in a statement to Atlanta Black Star that the driver is no longer working with the delivery company, adding that there's no place for hate on this platform. We're horrified and appalled by this incident. Make no mistake, we have zero tolerance for racism. This incident violates both our policies and what we believe in. We have deactivated this Dasher account and reached out to the customer. This is what a spokesperson for DoorDash said in an emailed statement. Now, in the video, the white delivery man with a spiky buzz haircut, you got to pay attention to those buzz haircuts, okay? You just got to pay attention to those. With a spiky buzz haircut and sunglasses, is shown placing the food outside the front door without knocking, as his only requirement is to take a photo to confirm the delivery. Now, as the bearded man sets the bag down, the video captures him briefly leaning over with the sound of crinkling plastic bags as he handles the food containers with his bare hands. Why is he opening the bag and touching the food? Honey, I wouldn't want any of that food, okay? I would not want any of it. No telling, he probably spat in it and everything. Okay, nothing in the video indicated that the man had been provoked or confronted by the residents. After the incident, the woman who lives at the home filed a complaint with DoorDash, and a customer service representative wrote back the next day, thanking her for bringing this to their attention. Now, the letter, which the woman also posted on TikTok, said the driver had been removed from the platform and is no longer making deliveries for DoorDash, which vowed to assist law enforcement if she decided to call the police. The company ended the letter by giving her a reference number for the case, but never offered her a refund. Please know that that type of behavior you described has no place on the DoorDash platform or anywhere else and is a violation of our safety policies. It's not clear whether the company tracks the frequency of racist incidents involving its drivers or whether they report them at all. A quick Google search for DoorDash racist incidents turned up several that have happened in recent years. The now former delivery driver has not been located or interviewed, leaving it unclear what triggered his anger or if he simply harbors racist sentiments or dislikes his job. Honey, clearly he harbors racist sentiments. Okay, because why would he say that unless that were the case? All right. My question, though, is how did he know that this was the residence of a Black person? Was it her name, perhaps, that gave him a clue? I don't know. So anyway, social media users expressed a mix of shock and disgust after seeing the clip. One verified user on X advised, saying they better throw that food away. Exactly, honey. I wouldn't want anything to do with it. Likewise, another person noted he looks like the type to spit in someone's food, too. Another user said that he would have gone outside to confront the man. Now, some voices pointed out that the man used a racial slur outside the door when no one was around, implying he would not have had the courage to say it to the woman's face. Some speculated whether the man was angry in general because he was struggling to make a living as a delivery driver. So blame it on Black folk? Please. Many ex-users tagged at DoorDash while voicing their criticisms about the company. One says, I truly hope they threw that food away. An inhumane, I'm not going to say what they called it. They really went in. Shouldn't be working in any public sector. Hope DoorDash fired him. This is what Nicole's View said, a popular online podcaster. Shout out to Nicole's View. All right. Now, the comments, she's good friends with my friend Gavin Richard. Now, the comments were similar on TikTok. I don't understand why people have this much hate in their heart. Like, why? Because some people are just devils. They want to paint us as the devils, but clearly anyone behaving like that is a devil and nothing but. Okay, so I just found that all interesting. Another thing is, let's not forget the TikToker who had all that to say. She said the N-word. Now, she too has been fired. Now, she was doing a cooking video, and she was talking about gold diggers and how some people married broke ninjas. Okay? And she wasn't quoting Kanye West's song. All right? And then she doubled down on what she, quite frankly, said. But she's now been fired. So let's get into that. It's a brief clip of her video.
Gold diggers? But that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass n***s. So a recent video of mine seems to have upset members of a certain community, and all the backlash just really made me, just really do a deep dive, like do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
Yeah, she doubled down on it, honey. She said even after all that, she had to do a deep dive because of the comments. And after all of that, she still couldn't find a care. Okay? That's what she said. But guess what? Who's the broke ninja now, boo? Because she got fired. And some have said And so they issued a statement. The place is called Rofi. It's spelled R-O-P-H-E. I think that's Rofi. We at Rofi of the Carolinas want to address a recent incident that has caused concern and has upset some among our stakeholders. A newly hired employee made inflammatory remarks on social media that do not align with the values and beliefs of our company. We want to make it clear that these sentiments are not representative of our organization, and we do not support such behavior. Okay, and they basically go on to say that as soon as they were made aware of the situation, they took the appropriate and immediate action to pull the employee from her assignment, which is not directly with any client of ours. And the employee in question is no longer with the company. Okay, so they got rid of her. We are owned and operated by Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read the statement. They are owned by African Americans. It says we are owned and operated by African American female and immigrant. This is an African American female and immigrant owned business, and handle this situation as quickly as we could. Because they did say that she was talking greasy about immigrants too. They said she was talking about people coming across the border like something. I forgot the term that she used. And then talking about you. She said the N-word and all of that. Now, they go on to say that we want to assure you that we are committed to fostering a diverse, inclusive, and respectful work environment where all individuals are valued and respected. We understand the importance of upholding our principles of equality and understanding, and we will continue to strive to create a culture of respect within our organization. We appreciate the support and trust of our community, and we are dedicated to earning back any confidence that may have been shaken by this unfortunate incident. Honey, I'm sorry, this is nothing but karma. This is instant karma. Now, picture that. You're going to get up there and talk greasy, using the N-word and all of that. Then you're going to double down on it, say that everybody she knows is married to broke ace ninjas. That's what she said. Married to broke ace ninjas. Well, who's the broke ace ninja now? All right, because she clearly has no job at this point. And here's what she posted. Someone said, married to who? And she said, you heard me when she said the comment about the broke ace ninjas. Then she posted, oh no, I just got fired. Sure did. It sure did, honey. And I absolutely love it. Okay? I absolutely love it. Oh, hell no, said she's a psyop and did it for fame. Here's the thing. I absolutely do think that she did it for fame. I think she did it for a clout chase, because what she said after that, I almost forgot. She posted about how black folk are the puppets, and that we did exactly what she wanted us to do. And because now that's going to give her the ability to get on one of those conservative platforms. So it sounds to me like she's hoping that she'll be somebody like Tommy Lauren, okay? Or somebody like Candace Owens before she got fired from the Daily Wire. That's what it sounds like, okay? That's what it sounds like. Like she wants to purposely come out here and start to stir the stuff up, stir the pot, so she can be on one of those platforms. Because she said black folk acted like the puppets that we are. Pay attention. So anyway, I find it all nefarious. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Oh, with that all being said, let's talk about this man. This is all so disgusting as far as I'm concerned. This Oregon man, he pulled a Diddy. Okay, now you know how they've alleged that Diddy was spiking people's drinks and all of that stuff. Well, so this man supposedly spiked a 12-year-old child's smoothie when she spent the night. Oregon man who spiked his daughter's friend's smoothies and with sedatives during sleepover is sentenced to 2 years in prison. Michael Meaden pleaded guilty to 3 felony counts of causing another person to ingest a controlled substance. Also, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Hold on, let me see if I have his picture. I forgot to upload it. Hold on a second, beloveds. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Who does that to a 12-year-old? Here he is right here. That's him. So here's what they say. An Oregon man who spiked the smoothies of 3 of his daughter's friends with sedatives last year during a sleepover pleaded guilty Monday to multiple felony counts and was sentenced to 2 years in prison, according to court documents and attorneys who oversaw the case. So he did this to 3 of them, not just the one. I thought it was just the one, but he did it to 3. Michael Meaden, age 57, of Lake Oswego, admitted guilt in Clackamas County Circuit Court on 3 counts of causing another person to ingest a controlled substance, according to prosecutors. Now, Clackamas County District Attorney John Wentworth said in a statement Tuesday that Meaden deserved time behind bars. Mr. Maiden's actions are inexcusable and reckless and required a punishment commensurate with the crime. The impact that this event has had on the child victims, their families, and other community people has been enormous. Now, Turnoy said on Tuesday that his client could get 5 months locked off his sentence with good behavior. The sentence was part of a negotiated deal with prosecutors that included dismissals of 3 additional felony counts and 3 misdemeanor counts, according to authorities. Now, Meaden also received 3 years of post-prison supervision, according to prosecutors, adding that the charges that were dropped would not lead to an extended sentence. So Meaden's victims and their relatives were in court Monday, according to Turnoy, noting that his client was tearfully apologetic. Please, Miss Meaden, spare me the theatrics, okay? I'm sure he was crying because he's going to prison, okay? That's all it was, not out of remorse. Mr. Meaden is incredibly remorseful and humbled by his conduct and choices, his attorney says. He understands appropriately that he hurt a lot of people and is very regretful of all of that. Yeah, he regrets he got caught. And his demeanor in court was authentic and genuine, showed nothing but sincerity and being apologetic and remorseful for his behavior. That's what his attorney went on to say. Now, Meaden drugged 3 of his daughter's friends while they slept over on the night of August the 25th, according to court documents and a probable cause affidavit. The girls, all 12 years old last year, were hospitalized and tested positive for benzodiazepine. Now, hope I said that right. Described in the affidavit as a drug generally prescribed for anxiety with common prescriptions under the names Valium, Xanax, and Clonopin. So benzodiazepine are depressants that produce sedation, sleepiness, and relaxed mood. So he wanted their little butts to go to sleep. And if they were they up and just doing the most as far as he was concerned, why not call their parents and have them to come get them? Okay, why not just do that? Although the affidavit did not specify why Meaden laced the smoothies with sedatives, Meaden said in court this week, according to his attorney, that he was attempting to have the girls go to sleep and not sneak out of the house so that they would engage in the activities that the family had planned the next day. Unlikely story. So he wanted them to go to sleep so they wouldn't sneak out of the house. What made him think that 12-year-olds will sneak out of the house? And if he was concerned about them sneaking out of the house, he could have just locked the doors, turned on an alarm. done something else. Like, this is also such BS. Okay. And then the night of the sleepover, Meaden was highly involved in the girls' activities, taking them to get their nails done and picked up pizza for dinner, according to the affidavit. Now, the girls spent most of their time in the basement where they were having a spa night. Before the 4 girls went to bed, Meaden made them some smoothies. The girls, including his own daughter, were all served 2 smoothies each in milkshake-style glasses. Mr. Meaden specifically gave each of the girls specific colored reusable straws to distinguish their own drink. Mr. Meaden was adamant that the girls drink out of their own cups. One girl drank 2 cups, another girl drank 1 cup, and a third said she did not like the smoothies and barely drank any at all. It was unclear how many smoothies Maiden's daughter drank. Well, I bet he didn't put anything in hers. But one girl told police it appeared to be a significant amount of what he put in those smoothies. So a girl who had A girl who told police she drank 2 smoothies said she began to feel woozy, hot, and clumsy shortly after she finished the second smoothie. She said she blacked out and slipped into a thick, deep sleep, as she had never experienced anything like that before. According to the affidavit, 2 girls slept on a pull-out couch in the basement, while 2 girls slept in a bedroom in the basement. Now, the third girl, who didn't drink much of the smoothie, reported that Megan came downstairs more than once. She had been sleeping close to another girl and said Megan tried to physically separate them. What was he up to? Why is he trying to separate them? See, now, I think he wanted this to do more than put them to sleep. Was he going to go down there and try to be handsy or something? I have questions. Because why did he care if she was sleeping next to the girl? After Megan went back upstairs, the third girl, scared for her friend, who had been sleeping heavily, again pulled close to her. See, he was up to something nefarious. I want you all to pay attention. This wasn't about him telling them to go to sleep. This wasn't about him trying to get them to go to bed early. No. Okay? He was up to something mischievous. Something mischievous, because why would he tell that move the other child who didn't drink much? Why would he move her away from the other girl? Now, it goes on to say, Megan returned a second time and again tried to separate the girls from each other. He also put his finger underneath the nose of a girl who pretended to be sleeping. Now, the girl frantically began calling and texting her parents and friends to pick her up. Okay? Mom, please come pick me up. Okay? This is what she texts. Mom, please come pick me up and say I had a family emergency. I don't feel safe. I might not respond, but please come get me. One of the texts said, according to the affidavit, please pick me up. Please. This child was scared. What was he down there doing? It had to be something nefarious, a whole lot more than, mind you, than him just wanting them to go to sleep. Now, the girl was able to reach a family friend who picked her up and took her home. Eventually, 2 parents went to Megan's home to get the other 2 girls, according to the affidavit. Low down and nefarious, honey. He was up to something. He was definitely up to something nefarious as far as I'm concerned. He was going to violate them as they slept, says POP. That's what I think. And the other little girl, thank God she didn't drink that stuff. And then basically, because whatever he put in there, that the substances that he put in there, she likely tasted the bitterness of it. And that's why she didn't like it. Okay, this is all so crazy. Rhonda Truth said, damn, she truly was in fear. Yes. He had to have been doing something, and he was trying so hard to make sure they were asleep, putting his finger under somebody's nose and all of that. Miss Cookie said, Queen, was he single? You know, that's a good question. That is a good question, beloved. I don't know. They never said that. They never said that. Okay, so I don't know, but that is a good question. Hold on. Busy Diva says, I heard the news report this morning, said he wanted them to go to bed so he could sleep. Yeah, that's what he said, but I think it was something a bit more than that. I think it was something a bit more than that, especially since that little girl was so scared that she had to call somebody to come get her. And she clearly sounded desperate from the looks of those text messages. Ted says, I don't trust people like that. Let me tell you something. I don't trust people like that either. Because when my sons were little, they were never allowed to spend the night at anyone's house unless it was one of my friends who had a child their age. Okay, and that was only a couple of people. At the end of the day, I would always tell them, if you want to spend the night with your friends, tell them to come here and spend the nights. Okay, that's how that went. I didn't play that, honey, because I don't be trusting people with kids. The end of the day. And not to mention, you never know what somebody has going on in their house. Okay, what kind of people they invite. If somebody has some sort of vendetta against them or whatever, honey, I might have been doing the most, but that's just how I roll. Okay, and so anyway, with that all being said, Stacey said, I do too, Queen Ahmadiyyah. Okay. Brett Slayer TV said, you don't give other people's kids drugs like that. Exactly. There is no excuse for his nefariousness. Even if he did just want them to simply go to sleep. You don't do that. First of all, here's the thing, the dangers in that. He's not a medical physician, I don't believe. So how would he have known, even if he was giving them a dangerous amount, which clearly he did because they got sick. A couple of them literally got sick and had to go to the hospital. He could have given them too much and killed them. Okay, he could have just given them something that they were in fact allergic to. When you go to the doctor and they even give you a prescription, they ask you, do you have any allergic reactions to certain things? They could have been allergic to whatever he gave them. This is all crazy. He needs to be in prison, okay? He needs to be in prison, absolutely. Mr. Elevation said, you don't give people access to your kids. Exactly, I absolutely agree. Okay, Hazel said, no sleepovers, period. I know that's right. Ed Johnson said, that's right. My mom never let me sleep over no one's home. Exactly. All right. So that all being said, Nessa G said, my cousin was unalived at a sleepover. I never allowed mine to sleep outside my home. They could only stay with my parents. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, beloved. Tawana said, why let your children go to a sleepover at a divorced man's home? Right. That's a good question. I mean, he may have been single because they don't say anything about a mother. They just talk about him and his daughter. So it makes me believe that he absolutely was single. Okay. Yes, it is a dangerous world. Support the arts. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I hope you all enjoyed it. Everyone enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Okay, if you didn't catch the broadcast on the main channel for your morning wake-up call, please go back and watch. And I may post something on the spiritual channel later on today. I have a whole lot of stuff to do. I'm busy. I promise you. But if I don't post anything on there today, I will post it early in the morning, okay, for you all to check it out. And then I'll go live on there sometime this week. All right, so with that all being said, enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin. God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther. Shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people. I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got